Welcome back, everybody. Sorry I sound funny. It's currently allergy season in my area, and I'm getting hit pretty hard here. But either way, so last night I went to my LGS's Final Fantasy pre-release for some sealed games, and I thought it would be fun to share the deck that I made and just do a little breakdown of my thought process on why I decided to make this deck. And then afterwards I'll open some packs that I won. So the deck itself ended up winning me all 3 rounds. First game I went 2-0, my second game I went 2-1, and then my third game I went 2-0. So let's get into this deck breakdown. In the deck I'm playing 17 lands, 23 playables. 11 of my playables are creatures and 12 other spells, although I do count this sorcery as a creature because it produces creatures. In the deck there are 11 sources of red mana, and I am running 8 mountains. And then the deck also has 13 black mana symbols, and I'm running 9 swamps. Originally I was going to do 10 swamps and 7 mountains, but I bumped it up because of the lower mana curve for the red permanents. So let's go through the mana curve. As my 1-drop, I have Zidane Tribal, which is actually a Ragavan. Solid bomb, I got him out on turn 1 at least 3 of my games. He didn't get to do too much because he was usually removed, but solid source of cards, disrupting the enemy's deck and also ramping myself a little bit. Then for the next card, I have Hecty Eyes. Sorry if any of these pronunciations are bad. I've never played Final Fantasy before. When this creature enters, each opponent discards a card. It's a 2-drop, it's 1 power and 1 toughness. It disrupts the enemy's hand early game, and then either allows for a little bit of chip-in damage or just a chump blocker or some sacrifice fodder. Then going to the 3-drops, I have Magic Pot. This is just a solid blocker at a 1/4. When it dies, I create a treasure token, and then I can also exile stuff from people's graveyards for a little bit of extra removal if they have flashback stuff or graveyard synergies. Then I have the Ahriman. It's a 3-drop, 2/2 with flying and death touch. It's solid because, a little bit of evasion is always good in sealed, along with death touch, so it can, hit up on some stuff, good blocker also. Then you can pay 3 of any color to sacrifice another creature or artifact to draw a card. This works well with some of the lower drop stuff, along with some of the artifact and token creation that is in the deck. Then I have Shambling Scythe, another good sacrifice target, just because I'm running 12 non-creature spells, so I have 12 opportunities to get this creature back. It's a 3/3, it enters tapped, which is a little rough, but it's a good blocker in this set, along with a good offense. Then I have Summon GF Ifrit. It lets you do a little bit of card selection. When it first comes in, I can discard something to draw, and then later on turns 3 and 4 that it's in, I can use it to ramp a little bit. It's a 3/2, and so it can do some decent blocking, but it'll probably die doing that. Then we're going to get into the 4-drops. The Final Days, I know it's a sorcery, but I count it as a creature because it creates 2 tap 2/2 black horror creature tokens. and then if this spell was cast from my graveyard for its flashback cost, I can instead create X of those tokens, where X is the number of creature cards in my graveyard. This is just, you know, a little bit of value later game. It could also be a finisher. Also, it's good sacrifice fodder. Then I have 2 of the Namazu traders. When this creature enters, I lose a life, and I get to create a token, ramping me for a later turn. Whenever this creature attacks, I may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If I do, I surveil 2. This is just good deck manipulation, maybe getting some stuff into the graveyard to recur, or just mostly card selection, so I don't flood out. Then I have Black Waltz number 3. This is another flying Death Toucher, so it's a good blocker and good evasion. It's a 2/2, which is a little low for 4 mana, but whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Black Waltz number 3 deals 2 damage to each opponent. So in this deck, I have 12 spells, as I mentioned, which makes this pretty good late game, and was kind of the reason that I was pushed into this deck. Then at my 6th drop, this is Marlborough. When this creature enters, each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life, and exiles the top 3 cards of the library. Or early game, I can swamp cycling it. This is solid disruption for the opponent's hand, a little bit of life loss on ETB, and also exiling the top 3 cards, which is just more disruption to their game plan. A lot of times I would have it hit 3 playables when it would enter. That would feel pretty good. Or it can also hit 3 mana sources and mana screw the opponent. Just overall, a pretty good card. With some of the recursion in this deck, it's able to come back and do that ability again. So then this is my top end. Iron Giant, it's 7 for Vigilance, Reach, Trample, 6/6. This card's alright. It's a good beater and a good blocker late game. Kind of a bomb, I guess, since it has Trample, so it can get through stuff, but didn't really play this card at all, but still a good top end. Now we're going to get into the instants and sorceries and artifacts. So I have Vincent's Limit Break. This is good just to bring or stop something being removed. As I said with Marlborough, he is a solid target for Vincent's Limit Break, or also the Black Waltz, and get that back. Even the Heck Dies is pretty good. You know, making some of that stuff bigger, and also bringing it back for its ETB again. Then I have Suplex. I have 2 of these. They were solid. I feel like a lot of stuff in this set has 3 toughness, so pretty much just remove a creature and then it gets exiled, or get rid of an artifact. These are really solid, going Ragavan into a Suplex. Then at the 3 drop costs, I have Blitzball, which is just a little bit of ramp, potentially late game card draw. It's also a sacrifice target for some of the other cards. And then with Black Waltz number 3, it's also some damage. Then I have Overkill. Target creature gets minus 9,999 until end of turn for its toughness. Just a good piece of removal. Then I have Unexpected Request. This opens up attacks, steals a creature from them that can attack, and then if I have one of my sacrifice creatures out, I also get to remove their creature for value. This is just a blowout if you're able to do that. Then I have Laughing Mad. It's just kind of a filler card, a little bit of hand selection, a little late game value if I have too many lands in hand or something like that. Onto the 4 drops, I have Sephiroth's Intervention. 4 cost, destroy target creature, and I gain life. You know, a little bit of life gain is good. Getting some more removal in the deck, also good. Opening up attacks and whatnot. Then we have Nebelhem Aflame. This card, honestly, such a bomb. Choose target creature you control. It deals damage equal to its power to each other creature. If this spell was cast from your graveyard, discard your hand and draw 4 cards. The value on this is insane. People were like flooding their board with tokens and small stuff, and then I'd cast it on like Marlborough or Black Waltz or even the Namazu Traders or the Ahriman. All that stuff, great targets for this. And then it also just like would wipe the board later on if my hand was trash or I ran out of cards. Draw 4 cards, just added value. Then I have Sorceress's Schemes. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard or exiled card with flashback to its owner's hand, and then add a red. This also has flashback, so this just gets back like any of my spells. I didn't get to play this card, but I feel like it would have been really good with all the instants and sorceries that I have in here. And then the last card in the deck is Light of Judgment. It's a 5-drop. Light of Judgment deals 6 damage to target creature. Destroy up to 1 equipment attached to that creature. Just good removal value for some bigger stuff and maybe getting rid of a creature that has some equipment on it that's troublesome. Now for the part that everybody's been waiting for. Let's sit back, relax, and crack some packs.